Hello, this is Andy and welcome to my honest tutorial on Zeebe part 4. And Zeebe is a workflow engine for microservices orchestration, and this time instead of using the quick start, this quick start, I will use the regular path and I will use Zeebe Modeler and also the Docker Compose with the profile that is given by Zeebe developers. Okay, so first let's see the Zeebe Modeler. Okay, there's a Windows one here. It's nice. Actually, I would have loved that this modeler works web-based, but okay, a desktop one is also great. Okay, now I have this file and I can run Zeebe Modeler. Okay, I can create a new BPMN diagram here. Okay, let's see. So I'll go back to tutorial and see what I should create in the modeler. So I need to create a workflow, and with this order of place, initiate payment, and so on. Okay. So the first one is the start event, and I need to give it a label. Order place. Nice. And then I need to add a service task. Click on the start event and select the service task icon. Okay. Which one is the service task? This one, I guess. Oh no, I think it should be this one. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. And this is initiate payment. And I expand the properties down. Wait. This is not a service task. There is no type here. How do I do this? Where is the service task? Ah, there you are. Actually, after creating a task, then I have to make the type into a service task. Okay. So, and then I can label it initiate payment. Okay. And then I use the type here. Initiate payment. Okay, nice. Go back. So I think the tutorial needs to be updated because as you can see in the tutorial, there is this service task and so on, but in the actual modular. I don't know if this is a newer one or the older one, but it's not in line with the tutorial. Okay. So we should have a type here. Type is initiate payment. So this represents the job type in Zeebe. Okay, so the job is a work item in a workflow that needs to be completed before a workflow instance can proceed to the next step. And a workflow instance is one running instance of a workflow model. In our case, an individual order to be fulfilled. Okay. So for every workflow instance that arrives at the initiate payment service task, Zeebe will create a job with type initiate payment, the external worker service responsible for payment processing. The so-called job worker will poll Zeebe intermittently to ask if any jobs of type initiate payment are available. So if a job is available for a given workflow instance, the worker will activate it, complete it, and notify Zeebe. Zeebe will then advance that workflow instance to the next step in the workflow. Next, we will add a message event to the workflow. Click on the initiate payment. Okay, so click on the initiate payment, and then I'll add a circular icon. So this one is also different, okay, because I don't have that. Now we have this one, and I have payment received. But fortunately, I know how this works now. You can click this and change it to message intermediate catch event. Okay. We use message catch events in Zeebe when the workflow engine needs to receive a message from an external system before the workflow instance can advance. Okay. In the scenario we're modeling, we initiate a payment with our service task, but we need to wait for some other external system to actually confirm that the payment was received. This confirmation comes in the form of a message that will be sent to Zeebe asynchronously by an external service. Okay. Messages received by Zeebe need to be correlated to a specific workflow instances. To make this possible, we have some more configuring to do. Okay. Select the message event and make sure you are on the General tab of the Properties panel. Okay. So it's basically some external event or external service like a payment gateway need to, send an event here, so Zeebe can then catch it. Okay, Zeebe can then catch it, and in the properties panel, click the plus icon to create a new message. Okay, this one. Okay, I will now see two fields in the modeler: message name and subscription correlation key. Okay, let's give the name a self-explanatory name, payment received, and then correlation key. When Zeebe receives a message, this name field lets us know which message event in the workflow model the message is referring to. But how do you know which specific workflow instance, that is which customer order, a message refers to? That's where the subscription correlation key comes in. The subscription correlation key is a unique ID present in both the workflow instance payload and the message sent to Zeebe. So we will use order ID for our correlation key. So when we create a workflow instance, we need to be sure to include order ID as a variable, and we also need to provide order ID as a correlation key when we send the message. Okay, so here's what we should see. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, it's a good zoomed in, so you can see this much bigger. And next, we will add an exclusive OR gateway to our workflow model. It's used to make a database decision about which path a workflow instance should follow. In this case, we want to ship items with insurance if total order value is greater than or equal to $100, and ship without insurance, and ship without insurance if it's less than that. Okay, so can I like fork and edit this? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I will do. Okay, getting started. So it's a nice thing to contribute, right? Create a workflow. Okay, I'll just use this one to do quick edit. Okay, I need to start this. And ship without insurance otherwise. Okay, complete the sentence. What? Okay. Otherwise. Okay. And I propose, and hopefully this will get accepted. About insurance. Okay, complete the sentence in docs. Nope, none. Okay, commit message guidelines. Okay, let's see. Guidelines. Okay, type scope. Nice. Okay, so is there a scope here? The scope is broker. Okay. Follows are, well, not using code, so this is just docs. Create. Okay, let's go back. Oops. Okay, so now that means when we create an order, a workflow instance, we need to include the order value as an instance variable, but we come to that later. First, let's take the necessary steps to configure our workflow model to make this decision. To add a gateway, okay, and then I will need to select the gateway. Exclusive gateway, and add the label. Okay, so order value question mark. Nice. Okay, and then we'll add 2 outgoing sequence flows from this exclusive gateway that lead to 2 different service tasks. Okay, each sequence flow will have a database condition that is evaluated in the context of the workflow instance payload. Okay. Next, we need to select the gateway and add a new service task to the model. Okay. Another service task. This one is shipped without insurance. This one is a service task. then set a type to ship without insurance. Nice. And this one is a default flow. Wow. Okay, select the sequence flow you just created. Click on the reference icon and then choose default flow. Okay, so this one, default flow. Okay, there is this nice backslash here. And then we are ready to add a second outgoing sequence flow. And select the gateway again, and then let's see. This one is shipped with insurance. And this one is also a service task. And okay, click on the sequence flow, and then the condition is order value greater than 100, and should be a label too, and then the label is greater than $100. Okay, nice. So this one, the type is shipped with insurance. Okay, the last one is that select the ship without insurance task, and then add another exclusive gateway, and then we will merge the branches together again. Okay, so merge the branches together again, and then yeah, okay, and then the last one is an event. Should be this one. Okay, so this one is order fulfilled. Okay, and we will change the process ID to something more descriptive than the default process one. Okay, this is the process ID. Click on the time card. This is the order process. Okay, and this is the entire process that's been diagrammed by me from the tutorial. Okay, and let's save this file. Okay, and I will save this file. And I will use a Zeebe tutorial. Use this order process tutorial. Just order process. Okay. Okay. So I have this saved, and now I can check this out. My file, Zeebe tutorial. Okay, and this is the order process that I have created myself. Okay, so I think this is different from the one here. So yeah, I think I will rename it to order process tutorial, just to make sure that this is not okay. This is not I can distinguish between what I create in the tutorial and the order process that is downloaded from Zeebe documentation. Okay, so this is the step of creating the workflow from the Zeebe tutorial here, and I think on the next honest tutorial I will tell you how to deploy this workflow to Zeebe. Okay.